Work. Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. I moved, but some of y'all probably think, oh my God, you didn't move. You just painted your walls different. Everything looks the same. I was thinking maybe I could use a room that we have here and have my setup in there. And I was like, nah, man, what's the point of that? The whole YouTube content creation thing requires me to have my bed in the background. There's people that tell me, I hate your bed. It's too small. And I'm like, no, a bed fits me, and that's all I need. All right? That's all me and my viewers need. Or this could be a secret scheme where all of this is a green screen, and I'm just sitting here. You guys are just thinking, ooh, he's not sitting on a green screen. So, wow. This is crazy what's going on with Bayern. A lot of intensity around the club right now. A lot of emotions flying. Especially after the game yesterday, where we got cooked. We created 0.5 chances and scored 4 goals. The first goal was Kingsley Coman's world-class brilliance. Well, really, I'd blame the defense for just not, reading the situation. Their goalkeeper shouldn't be letting a ball that we all saw where it would go if he didn't intervene go in like that. Our second goal was a set piece from Mulla. Our third goal was Kingsley Coman getting a cross. Actually, no, that was the second goal. The third one was the set piece. Kingsley Coman got a cross. João Cancelo, probably our best chance. And then our fourth goal was Ankara Musiala. My man went through the whole team. Scored near post. Messi-esque. So, of course, a lot of people are livid. We shouldn't have struggled that much against Wolfsburg. I'll be honest with you. Niko Kovac surprised me. He took off Maxence Lacroix, and his team looked better immediately. They went less defensive and started attacking us. They should have probably won the game if we really analyze how things were going. Without that Musiala goal, I think we were in real trouble in that game, ladies and gentlemen. It could have been 4-3, by the way, if Goretzka wasn't fouled before they scored their third goal. And at 4-3 in the 85th minute, with the 5 minutes of added time, that's 10 minutes where they could have done some real damage, and that game could have been 4-4 easily. The scoreline 4-2 deceives you, right? It's really deceiving. Well, anyways, Manuel Neuer, a few days ago, released an interview he did with, I think, Raphael Hollenstein of The Athletic, and it was a gem for every journalist out there. Neuer basically blasted the club for firing his friend Tapalovic, his goalkeeping assistant. And now there's reports that the relationship between Neuer and Nagelsmann has been strained. The coach prefers Kimmich as his first point of contact to the players. And the sacking of Tapalovic now makes the relationship difficult to repair. Also, Neuer was like, hey, Tapalovic was the one that got Newell here in the first place. By the way, I don't even think this is Newell's fault. I don't think he has anything to do with this. Newell was just sitting there like, hey, you fired him. I'm still at Monaco. I clearly didn't have anything to do with it. Maybe it was just a scenario where Bayern were asking Tapalovic, hey, what are your opinions on a future, number one? Maybe Tapalovic was like, no, Neuer, he's still up there. I don't think this relationship between Bayern and Neuer can be repaired. The board members, Salihamidzic and Oliver Kahn came out and said, hey, you should have kept your mouth shut. And by the way, they're right. As much as I criticize our board sometimes for the way they handle certain things, they're not handling this bad. Neuer should keep his mouth shut because it was him that made us have to go out and find Jan Sommer. It was his skiing around with 12-year-old chicks, freaking pedo. No, I'm joking. 19-year-olds, all right? 19. So, Neuer, it's your fault that we're in this situation. It's your fault that you're injured. People are saying, oh, but, skiing isn't a dangerous sport. Like, do you need a contract to say that? Because, by the way, in not preseason, when players get a break, there's certain things they aren't allowed to do. Serge Gnabry went to Paris. He's allowed to do that, but, there was a lot of criticism because it's like, hey, we're not winning games. What are you doing in Paris on your day off? Why are you in Paris for a fashion show, whatever that was? So people got at Gnabry for that, but a lot of people just gave Neuer the leeway for skiing. But anyways, that's double standards. That's a completely different thing. All I'm saying is Neuer got himself in this pickle, and now he's complaining that we sacked his goalkeeping coach, his friend. Like the club doesn't have a right to do what it wants to do. I don't even know why we sacked Hapulovic. I mean, was he just incapable of working with Nubel or Sommer or any other goalkeeper? Maybe he was just bad at his job, but he was good friends with Neuer. Maybe the club found someone better or think we can improve in that aspect. And if that's the point, then what's his say here? Just because they're friends doesn't mean the club doesn't have the ultimate say over who we hire and who we don't hire. So when is Nubel's loan over? This summer, actually. So you are back. Black equal no gay friend. God, Chico with the non-funny. Where's your Coman agenda now? I don't think I ever had a Coman agenda. I'm happy he's scoring. Kingsley Coman will always have bad decision making. Like, that's not an agenda. That's just a fact. I'm glad he's playing better because we need him. Do you really think I wake up and go, oh, how do I, unfairly criticize and slander Kingsley Coman? I don't do that, by the way. I wake up and want him to do well, but I know his limitations. I mean, there was even a few scenarios in that game where, if he just made this pass, that would have been better. So, I wasn't completely like, I'm still right. I wasn't proven wrong. He's a purple patch player. He's going to, score in a few games, and then maybe an injury is going to happen. Then he's going to just not score and have a bunch of bad games. This guy's getting paid $17 million a year. A brace is the least I expect. Sané's scoring that once. He's scoring goals once a game. He's paying us for paying him. So, yeah, I know, right? You guys really want me to have agenda. The only player I have an agenda against that's genuinely, I have hatred, vitriol, would be Bonassar. Bonassar is the worst player we've ever had. Well, I mean, there's a list, but he's just terrible. The signing, it just reminds me of bad times for this club. That's who I have an agenda against. Even though I really dislike Pavard and his style of play, I still appreciate his ability, his utility. All I've ever said about Pavard is his ego is bigger than his ability. People are saying, he's doing well at center back. I mean, yeah, he's okay, but he's not De Ligt. He's not Upamecano, right? If I had to pick, I wouldn't put Pavard at center back over Upa or De Ligt or Lucas Hernandez. We should sell Pavard to Barcelona. Let them deal with his ego. And then there's going to be people that are like, but this one game means you're wrong. Are you serious? Do you really want us to play with PSG or against PSG with Pavard at center back? Because if you do, you're lost. If Mbappe's back, which I doubt he wouldn't be because that demon twisted his ankle 180 degrees and he was back in training the next day. Mbappe is a demon, man. He's a different kind of beast. So, assuming he's back, Neymar and Messi are fit. I wouldn't want Pavard in our back line. Even yesterday, look how he got sucked up for the first goal. He was defending as if he was a right back. He just forgot he was a center back, and that demon possessed him, and he just got sucked in. So I'm not buying this crap where you guys are just like, this player has one good game. That means you're wrong that his decision-making – Kingsley Coman will always have bad decision-making. That's just a fact. He'll improve it by, he'll do something better. No, it's not bad decision-making. It's called unpredictable decision-making. His crossing will always – it's not like he's bad at crossing exactly, like he can't cross. It's just when you give him 10 crosses, you don't know where all the crosses are going to go. Like if all the players were in the same positions and he crossed the ball 10 times, he wouldn't cross the ball the exact same way. Cancelo can because he's Cancelo. Like, he can cross the ball to the exact same spot 10 times over. Kingsley will cross the ball here, and you're hoping one of those times it works. That's a different thing, and I'll always say that. But I'm glad he's playing well. But we're back to this again, where it's like he has a few good games, and everyone goes, you were wrong. And then he goes back to having some bad games. And then the people that really don't like Coman come out and say, let's sell him. And I'm like, no. He can still give us something. Let's wait for where his purple patch kicks in. He's like Heung-min Son, purple patch players. That's fine. Anyways, with Neuer, question in the chat. Would you guys let Neuer go in the summer if this relationship with the board? I mean, we're not even talking about Neuer becoming number one after his injury. We're talking about him and the club just having irreconcilable differences, if that's the term for it. Like, they can't come together and agree on anything. That's what we're talking about, and that's dangerous. That's bad territory. That's really bad. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think Neuer, has been an excellent servant of this club. He's been here since 2010, 11, 12. I don't even know. When did Neuer get here from Schalke? And he has been the goalkeeper that will go down in history as the best of all time. Like, quit talking to yourselves as if Neuer isn't the goalkeeper. He still is. His status at this club will never change. He's a legend, blah, blah, blah. But it's just his career is not going to really go up from here, right? Maybe he might come back and support the team, but he's not going to go back to world-class levels. Guys, we're talking about a 36-year-old goalkeeper with a big injury where he's out for multiple months. His body's already slowing down, and he was already, shaky this season. So think about after coming back from such a bad injury. But, I wouldn't be surprised if he came back and did give us some, a few more gold-class performances. Gold class. I like that a lot. Musiala is legendary and world class. Still, I wish he goes to Liverpool instead of Thiago. Nah. So there's people saying yes, nope, yep. So a lot of people are saying Neuer should be sold. Neuer stay. Now we'll keep him, man. Top man get there, or top man's there. Get the top man. My man with the super chat. The PSG fan that loves giving me money. No wonder you're a PSG fan. You might be an investor with the amount of money you're pouring onto me, man. Are you ready, my G? I'm ready for Paris Saint-Germain, oily Saint-Germain. They're going to get absolutely touched like Epstein with 12-year-old. There's certain things I can't say on YouTube now. I need to relax. I need to chill out. Nah, PSG are going to get handled, bro. We are going to grope PSG. Nah. Wait on it. We're going to cook those weirdos. I'll be honest, man. Be completely honest with you guys. PSG don't scare me. Like, Sergio Ramos isn't the player he was. PSG are struggling. Maybe that's because Ligue 1 is just getting better in quality. They're conceding to teams you've never heard of. So, hey, look, I think we have a chance, man. Marquinhos is shaky. And is he back in form? I don't know. Messi and his contract situation. Neymar's sister's birthday might be up next week. So we don't even know if PSG are finna play us. Could be a whole, no game. Nothing. Chico with the Swiss franc. Appreciate it. Scared of Mbappe, to be honest. I'm not. I think, look, Mbappe can go quiet in a game and score a hat trick. That's the kind of guy he is. But look, if you can keep Mbappe quiet, we have Cancelo, and all these Man City fans, which, by the way, Man City is now bankrupt, or no, they're going to be relegated, or I don't know. Honestly, City is guilty. I don't know how you guys cannot see that. Okay, Man City, guilty as charged, or guilty as will be charged. Like, how do you get all this money together? Are we all acting like City just started making more money than Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, which gave them the ability to start spending big? No, of course they inflated things. They inflated their sponsorships, they inflated their revenues. So Man City did everything we think they did. Oh my gosh, man. What am I hearing? Law, I'm waiting. We all waiting. Messi will eat. Can you guys give me a few seconds? I gotta go turn off the sound. Hold on. I'm back. Law, I'm waiting. We all waiting. Messi will eat. Look, PSG fans, they're getting too excited, man. Rip Neuer, come on, dude. Can't believe he died. Dude, he didn't die. He's just dead to the club. There's just huge disagreements over everything, that we're seeing with the disagreements. All right. I don't even know what the hell I just said, but you guys know what's going on. Neuer, I don't think Neuer, he'll play for us. I mean, will he though? Dude, we're talking about, upsetting the board, not even just Nagelsmann. Now you're talking about the board not trusting you. You gave an interview while you were injured in one of the most important points in our season. Like, Pletty goal, right? Florian Plettenberg, who is super accurate when it comes to Bayern, says the Bayern bosses are upset and disappointed with Manuel Neuer. Internal talks to take place soon. Punishment has not been decided yet, but there won't be a contract termination. The bosses want calm and are standing behind Julian Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann is getting backed so much, man. He better, make these promises come true, dude. Neuer wasn't looking to provoke a confrontation with the club, but only wanted to express his frustration. What bothers him is that the decision to sack Tapalovic was made behind his back. The decision was made when he wasn't there and he couldn't give any arguments. But that's not your argument to make. You didn't hire the goalkeeper coach. You don't pay for the goalkeeper coach. Why do you need to have a say in who we decide will train you? Because that's like the players going to the board and saying, hey, we don't like this coach, sack him. And the board's like, okay, we'll sack. No, Neuer's just like any other player. Goalkeeper coaches are just like any other coaches on the coaching staff. It's the club's decision, not Neuer's. There's also a topic being discussed in the dressing room that Nagelsmann speaks much more with Kimmich than he does with Neuer. The players talk about that, and it bothers Manuel Neuer. It annoys Neuer that when there's a problem, the coach calls Kimmich first. Interesting. In this case, Neuer cannot count on the support of the bosses. Kahn, Salihamidzic, and Hainer have always had Nagelsmann's back. Neuer's position at the club got worse after the interview. Nevertheless, the captain still has a big part of the dressing room behind him. Neuer said what happened is not Bayern-like. Many players also think what happened with Tapalovic was not good. There are players who believe that the Mia San Mia, the family feeling, is missing. There's a very negative atmosphere in the dressing room. The only solution in sight is that Neuer has to backtrack in some way, preferably in public, if he wants to come back as Bayern captain. And he wouldn't want to play without the armband because that would be an insult. Then he has to admit what he said was a mistake. Oh, man. I mean, that's what Neuer has to do. Come out and say, hey, I said some things that I don't think I should have said. But at the same time, I mean, come on. Why just in fact, if anything, this is what goes on with families, right? We're a Bayern family. Families argue, I guess. Neuer argues with the board. Suppose that's different. Detroit Rock City with the super chat. Nagelsmann should be sacked if he loses to LSG. I would agree with you if I also thought we'd lose, but I feel like we'll win. No, he should be sacked if we. He should be sacked if we can't beat PSG. No, of course he should be sacked. The amount of backing we've given this guy, you would have thought we were a plastic surgeon for the Kardashians. We're giving him back after back after backings. All right, we have to sack him if he doesn't get to a Champions League final, dude. I'm not kidding. It's been too long, 3 years since we won the Champions League. Chelsea have won it. Look where they're at now. We have so many good players at this club. People complain about our midfield. Most of our midfielders walk into other people's teams. Gravenberch starts for Manchester United. He probably starts for Arsenal. Ahead of Xhaka, maybe. He starts, dude. I'm not kidding you. Gravenberch is at a different level. When it comes, like he would start for Liverpool. He would start for Chelsea, man. Oh, that's until they bought the entire planet. So we have the high quality footballers. Sometimes we're just not using them correctly. And let's hope Gravenberch starts in 5 days against Bochum. We need that start for Gyro, man. You're not getting past Madrid. Dude, your club is in shambles right now, man. They're thinking of sacking people. You have 0 right backs. We signed Cancelo from Man City. Real Madrid were linked to him, decided not to sign him because they wanted to trust some kid. Madrid are in muchas problemas, as the Spanish would say in this instance, right? They are 8 points behind Barcelona. Their form is terrible. They aren't keeping up with Barca's form. Barca have only lost 1 game this whole season. And, Madrid are in trouble, man. So, I don't want to hear any of that Madrid, are the team to stop. The team to stop is Bayern. I think whoever beats us wins the Champions League. So before we talk, but it's Real Madrid, so they could easily lose a game 5-0 the first leg and then win the next one 6-1, and they're through because they won on away goals. They could score 6 goals in your stadium, so have to be super careful. Ask yourself this: who do you want at keeper when all is on the line? Neuer, absolutely, Manuel Neuer. It'd be Manuel Neuer, man. Time to say goodbye for Neuer. That's my opinion. Youngsters means the future of the club, not the 37, 38-year-old players, which are out of form. Sad. Is bad. It's, oh, God, can't read this. Do you think since Nagelsmann is younger than Neuer? Oh, that's actually what I was about to bring up. And then I just lost the thought. But yeah, isn't that a point? Like Nagelsmann's probably looking at Neuer like, hey, you're my older brother. Neuer is older. It would feel weird. Like Nagelsmann's 34, right? Neuer's 36, almost 37. So Julian Nagelsmann is he's 35. Even then, there's always going to be a feeling of, you're older than me. So, of course, he's going to Kimmich. I think I was reading a story that Thomas Müller is going to be really analyzing how the club's treating Neuer here and how they treated Levy. So Müller might, start, hey, look, you better not treat me wrong. I'm going to make y'all pay in the media. The one player we can't fall out with is Thomas Müller. We fall out with Müller, it's over. It's over. If we fall out with Müller, we're screwed. Everyone thought we were going to lose to Man City. Their petroleum wasn't slippery enough to get past us. This isn't funny. This is our jokes in the chat. I was in the chat. Lempa in the chat. For me, the winners of Bayern versus PSG is UCL champions. That could be true. Liverpool stink right now. God damn, y'all are about to get cooked by Madrid, man. Even though Madrid are bad, Liverpool's bad. Like, at least Madrid, they just concede bad goals. here and there. Oh, that Liverpool team. Oh my God. I'm thinking, surely at some point they're going to click. But bro, what are they going to click, man? They just suck. That's what it is. They suck. Yeah, I was in the chat. Thoughts on Osimhen? He's expensive, but the dude is a beast. He's 23. I'll be honest. Not my cup of tea, Not my cup of tea. I think he's very rash in his decisions. It takes me 5 seconds to judge a footballer. Like when I see a striker out wide making dribbles, that's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in hold-up play, right? I'm not interested in a striker that plays as a winger, but then, makes runs to look like a striker. If Osimhen can hold the ball up, then that's good. Oh, by the way, I got to say, man, we got to get Matisse Tell back to firing because, oh, damn, that was a good goal from Osimhen. Good control. But it's Serie A, bro. Like, let's be honest here. Serie A. They're not them. Serie A is just declining. Look, I know that sounds, people are all like, no, but the Bundesliga isn't much better. Bro, Serie A teams got cooked in the UCL, right? We didn't even struggle against Inter, and that's the second team in the league. So, yeah, don't give me that about Serie A. Lewandowski had an ego problem. That's true. Stay on talking about Tell. He's a special talent. Yeah, Tell, I think one thing I said on Twitter, which follow me on Twitter, if I'm not doing live streams, I'm probably tweeting about the game. And I'm tweeting about a lot of other things. So @NowBayern on Twitter, man. So go on Twitter, type @NowBayern. But I said, hey, look, Tell has sometimes his touch is very loose. Like he needs to learn to keep the ball better. Like if you guys watch Benzema, sometimes Benzema touches the ball 5 times and he's able to keep it. He keeps the ball close to him. He cushions things nicely. Benzema is what I want Tell to be, man. Like I don't really think I want him to be an Mbappe. I think Tell as a striker makes sense. His height, his physicality, he has shown that he has good flick-ons. He can read situations. He can battle with defenders in the air. So Tell needs to improve his first touch is okay. It's what I'm talking about is, when he tries to, keep the ball, it just feels like it's always just 2 seconds away from him, 2 inches away, where he needs to do a little bit more just to keep it, right? A good striker is what, Benzema is. If you watch Benzema for the Asensio goal, which was a beautiful goal, by the way, Benzema reels the defenders in, right? He makes a run, reels them in. He doesn't rashly try to do anything rashly, with rashness. He waits, and then Asensio gets some space, and he just makes a perfectly weighted pass into his path, and Asensio touches and far post. Great goal, right? That's what we want from Matisse Tell. So, he needs to improve that. Be a world-class striker, bro. Chupo's okay, but on the long run, we need a killer in the box. I don't think that's what we need. We don't need a killer in the box. We need a footballer that happens to be a striker. Lewandowski was a footballer that happened to have been a striker. If Levy had pace, he'd be a winger because his technique was high level. That's why I don't want Haaland here, man. You guys keep putting Haaland's name out there. I don't want Haaland. I don't want him. Haaland is not who I want. I want a normal technical striker. I don't want Vlahovic. I don't want these big bums, man, that make the team work for them. I want them to work for the team. Even if Levy didn't score in games, he would just, oh my God, I just saw a cursed image. What the hell? Nah, you guys got to see what I just saw, man. Nah, I just opened up a different tab on YouTube. And this is, no, not this. Hold on. Nah, man. This is cursed. Hey, yo, look at this, man. Look what I just saw. Dude, what is this nonsense? Bro said, you won't believe how good Ronaldinho Jr. has been. Bro, there's no way there's a kid that looks like that. Oh my God, man. Oh my gosh. Nah, that's crazy. What the hell? Perry Payne, but the Prem tax. Yeah, that's who I want. I don't look, I need strikers that can ping a ball. All right. Even though that's not a necessity. Haaland would have made our team one dimensional, just like he's making Man City one dimensional. People think City just all the players just forgot to play football. Haaland scores goals because City create a lot of chances, not because he's some spectacular footballer that takes games on his shoulders. I mean, 25 Prem goals and City's in second. You would think if your top scorer had that many goals, bro, you should be number one. You know, you should be a number one, dude. You'd think if your team, if you were scoring 25 goals, yeah, bro, you gotta be in the top spot. Like one player with 25 goals. But again, it's because Haaland is sucking up all the chances. They play for him, not with him. There's a difference. And that's what I don't want at Bayern. So even if Man City have a discount sale going on right now, I don't want that. You know, the lady that sold me my couches, she was Jamaican. So she would have said, me no want that. Me no want that. I don't want that. Now that City are muddied, I'm going to get Alvarez or Rodri. Hey, let's cook. Imagine we get Rodri here. Apparently, he's not playing so well at City. Rodri would fit our style so well. I mean, he's like Kimmich, but not defensively stupid. You know, Kimmich got a red card. You know, people. No, I don't mean Kimmich is bad defensively. What I mean is he's careless. Like he'll just sometimes he loses his discipline. He knows there's something that's mounting, and he'll just get it. Look at the first yellow card. Shouldn't be getting that first yellow card, but he got the first yellow card, which meant he had to come all the way back to foul that guy for the second yellow. He shouldn't have gotten the first. That second yellow should have really been his first, and it would have been better. It would have been a smart idea. So Kimmich needs to control himself. So Rodri would be Kimmich, but can control himself. He can play football. Like we were linked to Rodri. You guys remember we were linked to him, but he was too expensive. He was 80 million. Man City ended up buying him. But yeah, I'd love Rodri. Julian Alvarez is what I mean when I say a footballer that's a striker. That's the definition of a footballer. I think Alvarez should play over Haaland in a lot of games. For a guy that has barely started for Man City, his goal return is decent. He started 24% of their games, which is like 4 games, and he has scored 4 goals. For Man City, he's scoring a goal every 142 minutes that he plays. In the Champions League, he's scoring a goal every 202 minutes, but he has 4 goal contributions in the Champions League in 6 games, where he hasn't started, you know, he only started like 4 of their Champions League games. Like, that's who I'd love for Man City. So, hey, Julian Alvarez is trying to show up, right? The guy can hold up, right? He can back into defenders and uses 5'7" strength, his 170-meter height to do things that you wouldn't have thought he could do. I love Julian Alvarez. Kimmich is young and versatile. I don't think you can call Kimmich young no more, you know. Goretzka turned 28. Kimmich's 28, right? Oh, no, Kimmich's 27. Yeah, he just turned 27. Goretzka just turned 28. they're not young. They're in their primes right now. Leroy Sané, like, yeah, he's still kind of young because he just turned 27. Kimmich's been 27 for a few months now. Goretzka just turned 28. Like, that generation's getting old, man. In 3 years, we're going to need to start thinking, all right, who's replacing Kimmich? Who's replacing Goretzka? Goretzka's been terrible recently. Are we going to be thinking about Gnabry replacements? He's 27. So, yeah, these are players in their primes. They need to win a Champions League. The Champions League we won in 2020, it wasn't Kimmich's like big contribution Champions League. The dude played right back because Pavard got injured. It was Thiago, that era, that generation. It was Alaba, his last contribution to the club. It was Boateng pulling strings to do the last thing, on his CV. It was Kingsley Coman with a header. Like, Goretzka had an impact, but they weren't the main guys. Thiago was. So Lewandowski was. It was his Champions League. It was Muller's Champions League. Now, it's up to this next generation to take responsibility. Players like Coman, Serge Gnabry, Kimmich, Goretzka, they need to take responsibility and say, this is my time. Alphonso Davies, if he wins another Champions League, even though it's still his, it won't feel like, because, maybe we could have won it without him. You could make that argument all the time. But it's like, make it your own. Like, make it mean something for you. Like, put a mark and say, I was one of the best players in that team. So, like, I was number one when it came to consistency to get us this trophy. So when Neuer's already won his Champions League, Muller's won 2. They don't care. Like, even if they win another one, it's not that deep. It's like Casemiro holding up the 4. Bro, he won it 4 times. What's one more big ear Mickey Mouse Champions League trophy going to do for his happiness? But it's players that have had a part but weren't the main meal. They were side dishes like mac and cheese. They weren't steak, that filet mignon. Come on, bro. What are your thoughts with Summer? I love Summer. That heat. It's coming, man. He turns 28 tomorrow. Who turns 28? I've been 27 for many, many years. Sign me up, says Mike. I also read about center backs in our academy. Everyone's saying he's good. Are we talking about Bachmann? Bushman? I don't know. I'm trying to sound German. Dude, Taylor, right? Is that who we're talking about? Nah, it's Tariq Bachmann, yeah. Dude, yeah, he's cold. Hey, I hope he, gets a chance at some point because he's 17. He's really composed. He's kind of like Saliba from Arsenal, but let me not compare the two because we don't really know what it would mean. I think center backs are the easiest players to loan out to other clubs. The hardest players to loan out, probably midfielders and attackers. Center backs, it's easy because, it's very hard to find a 17-year-old center back that's, already decent at his age. And I think Tariq Bachmann, that's who we should be loaning out. And we shouldn't loan him out to a second division team. Bayern need to find a new loan strategy. Why can't look at Arsenal's loans? They got one of their kids in League One, and he's the top scorer right now. I don't know. Why can't we do that? Why can't we loan like Arsenal do? Guendouzi's at Marseille, and even if Arsenal don't get him back to play him, just sell him and make good money. So there's opportunities for us. Our academy, we don't have a single homegrown talent in our team. Paul Vanner is the only one, and he's not even like starting any games. Oh, Musiala, dude, he came from Chelsea at 17. Like, no, that doesn't count. We're 16 and almost 17. Like, he didn't really he wasn't some Bayern Academy player. I mean, he played some games in Bayern too, and our under 19s, but that doesn't actually mean he's homegrown. Homegrown is like when you were 12, you played for us. When you were 13, 14, for 3 years, you developed in our academy. You went through our youth systems. That's homegrown. So we need a homegrown talent. someone, I don't know who, that started at 15, 14, 13, 10 even, a Thomas Muller, a Philip Lahm, Bastian Schweinsteiger, these players that just Alaba. Alaba started from our academy, dude. Or if not, then I guess signing them before they, get into their peak is okay as well. But we need a homegrown talent now, man. I heard that Ten Hag wants Taylor Booth. Oh, dude, Taylor Booth got Player of the Month in the Eredivisie. Is it Eredivisie? The Dutch league. Yeah, he plays at FC Utrecht. I'm sure there's a sell-on clause. So if they sell him, no, it was a free transfer. God, we didn't even sell him. We made no money. Taylor Booth has 2 goals and 3 assists in the Eredivisie. Starting out of their 15 games, he started 65% of them. So, like 12 games, or no, 10 games or 11 games. Nah, I don't know about Taylor Booth. I don't know if Ten Hag actually wants him. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe he's just keeping an eye on him, but he needs to have a huge standout season. Again, those are the kind of players I'd love to see succeed at Bayern. Yeah, man, we need Paul Vanner to really have a successful. I mean, so when I was saying you can't really loan out attackers, guys, look at Vidovic. Vidovic is at Vitesse right now. I think he only scored once, but when we saw him, come off the bench and he, whenever he touched the ball and did things, we saw talent. I guess it's not the same thing over at Vitesse. And that's my point. We really need to find a way to get these young players gelling if they go out on loan. They have to go out on loan to players of their quality and teams that play good football. You know how crucial it is that they go to a possession-based team? We don't want these players going to defend. Paul Vanner, if he goes, should go to like Brighton on loan, a club that plays attacking football. That's what I'm thinking about. We have to start, being creative with these loans. Quit sending them to Bundesliga 2 and other Bundesliga clubs. Send them to the Premier League. You know how many Prem clubs would die for a German Paul Vanner, who's that technical, who would add this huge physicality with his height? Like, bro, there's so many. Like, send them to Newcastle, which sounds funny because Newcastle used to be so defensive. Now they're super attacking. Send them to Newcastle and let them prove themselves in a team that's easier to get into. They can't get it. They can't get no game at Bayern. How is Paul Vanner going to start for us when we have Leroy Sané cooking as a number 8 and a number 10 and a winger? And then we have Musiala next to him. And then Muller. Like, he's not even fourth choice for any position. Because not really, you guys got to think of it. Like, if you're Nagelsmann, are you going to pick Paul Vanner over Coman? No, because Coman has more experience. He gets paid more. So go to a club that's smaller. We have to be smarter with these loans. That's how we move forward. Vidovic balling. Oh, you know who's balling? Yeah, though Tillman, and that's probably because he went to a good club. Wait, someone just said Vidovic is bowling. I hope he is. Last time I checked, he had a goal. Hey, W. Mans, he scored another one. Oh my gosh, he might be cooking. Vidovic has 3 goals. Hey, I hope he's cooking, man. No, I really do. I'd love to see Vidovic reach high levels, reach those peaks, reach them Pike Peaks level. Wow. Let me see the goal he scored. January 28th. Oh, great finish. And they won the game 2-1 or 3-1. Okay, my boy. Okay, he's cooking. Okay. Wow, great work from Vidovic there. Nah, man. I hope the loan's working. Still don't think Vitesse is the best team for him to go to. Malik Tillman, look at that. That's a loan. That's a loan that makes sense. Because, dude, he could be a good squad player at Bayern. He could be a good squad player. He has 7 goals in the Scottish Premier League or Premiership, 4 assists. Bro, he's cooking, man. Good for him. And he's starting Champions League games. That's what we need. 23 appearances for them. Dude, we can really get some money out of him. Get a nice little 20 mil if we decide to sell him. He's on a straight loan. I think there's an option to buy. And if they buy him, we also have a buyback option. So we could really get them to sell him to us. And if he performs, we could get him back at a lower price even. Same thing we did, not the same thing, but how is Nianzou doing? I mean, I kind of see Nianzou's just finished. Never going to play for Bayern, man. I feel bad for him because he was peaking and then just he's gone now. So I feel bad for Nianzou. I was really hoping he'd do something for us. 50%. He has started 6 games in La Liga, 1 game in the Champions League, a few games in Copa del Rey. So he's a bench player effectively because I don't think he's even injured. Dude, Nianzou. We need Tell. I wouldn't sell Tillman. He's American. That's a market. You know what I like about this room a lot? I feel like you guys see me more, you know? It's just elusive. You're 11 for the Bochum game. I think I'd go with, obviously, Summer and goal. Oh, no, let's do Ulreich. Summer and goal. Cancelo right back. It's kind of funny how quickly Cancelo is already fitting in at Bayern. You know, they were trying to tell me he was finished, but he ain't finished, man. He's like my dinner later tonight. Not finished because I haven't started eating it yet. Duh. But anyways, yeah, Cancelo, local man ain't finished. So I can't wait for that to see him at right back again. Center back, Upa, if he's back fit, I think he might still have. Oh, shoot. Never mind. I'm acting like the game's tomorrow. Oh, no, we got like 5 days for these players to get back. And thank God for the Bundesliga having less teams sometimes because we can get more rest. If we don't win against PSG with that advantage of rest, then we're really screwing ourselves. So I think we win against PSG. We do Upa and De Ligt. De Ligt, by the way, going really underappreciated because the man is a beast every single game. And Davies at left back. I know people are saying, he's not playing well. Davies' bad patch is most players' great games. I'm still seeing him do great ball carries. His passing has been off, but that's okay because he's allowed to have a few games where he's, are you really world class? Dude, I'm still seeing my man do great, excellent things on the field. So, leave Davies alone. Midfield, I'd go with Gravenberch and Goretzka. Gravenberch gives Goretzka more license to attack and drops deep. Nagelsmann has to understand that Gravenberch is the best complete on-the-ball midfielder we have, even better than Kimmich. And I don't mean like, his passing's better than Kimmich. No, I mean, factor in a few things. Gravenberch has the ability to carry the ball better than Kimmich. Like, he can dribble through pressure. That's what I mean. Those are the kind of things I mean, like on the ball. Like, he's saucy with it, man. He's flicking balls over people's heads. So Gravenberch with Goretzka. And then Sané, Musiala. If Chupo's back, then Chupo and then Coman. And I don't know if Chupo's... I think Chupo might start, but I wouldn't mind Mulla playing somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't mind him playing though. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. 50 minutes. The people that watch after are going to be pissed that it's too long. So let me not make this go up an hour because I could keep reading your messages. UCL prediction. We are getting to that point, aren't we, where people are starting to ask, who do you think is going to win, PSG or Bayern? Well, we will be back with match previews for the PSG game. I'm going to do it with the PSG fan. You guys remember PSG Hub on Twitter. He also has a channel that I did a preview with him on. Wait, I think he might. Is this channel banned from YouTube by accident? No, that was someone else. Yeah, his channel was had a problem, but I think it's good. So, yeah, man, we'll do a preview with them a few days before the game. Should be a fun experience anyways. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia, and peace.